and welcome back to another episode of 12 Cafe Home Edition. Today we will be making a copycat recipe of the Liliha Bakery Coco Puffs. Yes, those Coco Puffs are so good. Let's get on with the video. In a saucepan or pot, you are going to combine the water, the milk, the butter, the sugar, and the salt, and you're going to bring it to a boil over medium heat. Then you're going to remove it from the heat and stir in all the flour at once until you get a nice dough. After the flour is incorporated, place it back over medium heat, stirring constantly, and then this way the flour will cook. And yeah, because apparently flour needs to be cooked. Flour is raw, people. Do not eat your flour. Next, you're gonna take the dough off the heat and you're gonna stir constantly until most of the steam is released. I stirred for about 3 minutes with a wooden spoon just to release as much steam as I could, and then I'll add the eggs one at a time, stirring until they're all incorporated. Before you start piping your cream puffs, I recommend that you preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Today I will be using, for all the tips for decorating and for the cream puffs, I will be using the 1A Wilton tip, which is basically a flat circle, and you're going to put all your dough into a piping bag and you're gonna pipe. So you're gonna pipe facing down, pipe around, up, and let go. And if there are little peaks at the top, I like to use water with my finger. I just like press the water down, and I'll like tap the peaks down so they're nice and round. That way they don't puff up into little cone heads. You don't want a little elf. You want a nice little dome. Once the oven is ready, put them in for 10 minutes, and after the 10 minutes is up, leave the oven closed, and you're going to turn the temperature down to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. I know this kind of sounds confusing, but you put it in at a higher heat so that it gets golden brown, and then you turn the heat down so it can just cook without getting burnt. And then you'll bake that for 20 to 22 minutes longer. I did 20 and it was just perfect until golden brown. Once they're done, just take them out, let them cool completely, because you need to start working on the amazing frosting and filling. For the filling, you're gonna melt your chocolate in a glass bowl. I did it for 45 seconds, and as soon as 45 seconds are done, you can just stir it around and it should be completely melted by the end of your stirring it around. Next, you're going to heat your milk and cream. I just kept checking it with my hand to see if it was hot. That way it didn't boil. Then in a medium pot, not over the heat at first, you're going to add the egg yolks and sugar and whisk it together. And then you're going to add the flour and vanilla into the same pot and also add it together. And then you are going to place that over your low heat, and you're going to add the warm milk and cream that you warmed up earlier, and you're going to keep mixing that until it gets thick, like real thick. You will know it will not be watery. It will, like, you can see the little lines as you whisk it. After it has thickened, take it off the heat, transfer it into a glass bowl, and you're gonna stir in the melted chocolate from earlier until it's all nice and incorporated. And then you're gonna put plastic wrap on. When you put your plastic wrap on, I like to take my plastic wrap and kind of like pat it down. So you don't want any air bubbles. Seal all the edges. Make sure there's no air over your pastry cream. And just put it in the fridge to let it cool down, and then you can start making your Chantilly cream. you are going to melt your butter in a medium-sized saucepan over low heat, and you're going to remove it from the heat and stir it around a little, let it cool. And first you're going to add in your evaporated milk, sugar, and vanilla extract. You're going to stir it all in, give it a nice little stir, and then you're going to add in your eggs one at a time. By the way, there's one egg yolk and one egg. It's a difference, so don't add in 2 eggs. It's 1 egg yolk and 1 egg, otherwise something bad will happen. And then you're going to cook that over medium heat until it reaches a low boil. And when it reaches a low boil, you're gonna leave it cooking for 2 minutes, and then you're gonna take it off the heat, and you're gonna quickly sift your cornstarch. So don't just like dump all your cornstarch in. What I did was I sifted a little in my tiny little sifter, stirred, sift a little, stirred, sift a little, stirred, instead of dumping it all in and getting clumps. If you do get clumps, don't worry, you can always just strain it out after, and I think it will work perfectly fine. Once you are done with that step, you can then transfer it into a glass bowl, just like you did with the chocolate cream, and then you can put it in the fridge until it's cooled and able for you to pipe it nicely. Lastly, you get to decorate it, and I think this is probably my favorite part because, I mean, who doesn't love decorating stuff at the end after all your hard work and then cutting it open and eating it? So you're gonna take the cream puff and you're gonna score a little X with your knife, and you're gonna come in with your chocolate pastry cream and you're gonna fill it. And I kind of just like, once I feel it like puffing up, then I stop. For the Chantilly one, you're also gonna use, I recommend using this tip if you want to make it look like the Liliha Bakery one. I'm pretty sure all they do is just squeeze and then let go. So that's how you decorate them. Okay, so these are my cream puffs. They're so pretty. Like, I feel like I could fool someone by saying these were Liliha Coco Puffs. Anyways, so that's it for my video. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you check out all the other ones in the 12 Cafe playlist. See you later, guys. Wow, that is so similar. Like, I feel like I'm eating a Liliha cream puff, but I have made it myself. Very weird. I feel good.